Looking pretty good. Gonna go over it real quick here. Kind of knock off the fuzz.
Okay, how do we do this?
What are you trying to do? Get on?
Get on the 5 down here. Here we go.
That ain't it. That ain't it. There we go. No, that ain't it. We need to refresh this. Oh. Okay. My channel. There we go.
You're the only one watching.
Yeah. Give it a minute.
Yeah, give it a minute, man. That's amazing. We can sit in here. They'll be chomping at the bit waiting to come on air. What took you so long? You got Craig over there in Australia saying, you know, you need to start that thing earlier because it's too late for me. It's at my bedtime by 10 o'clock. You gotta start earlier.
Yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
I don't think so.
I think it's funny. Boy, that's rough.
Rough as a cob, huh?
Rough as a cob, man. It really stood up. Feel that.
Oh yeah, nice. It'll be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty green right now.
Well, I'm afraid of is that. Put on 2 more coats of paint. You have to wait 3 days for it to dry.
Nope. Take it over to my apartment, turn on the heater, it'd be 400 degrees in there.
I saw you had the front door open the other day.
Got a little warm in there.
My sister had a little apartment like that. Well, it was actually bigger, but smaller. And she'd go all winter long and never shut her door. She was in the middle light, so she got a lot of heat from the apartments on each side of her curve.
Never turned on her heat.
Very rarely, man, but she'd be burning up in there. Not like the people across the street.
They open that front door for the light.
Is that why they're doing it?
Oh, no. Wide open right now.
Harbor Freight's having a big sale.
Ooh, can hardly wait.
Everything's still the same price as it always was.
Yeah, ain't gonna be finished this week. There'll be buku sanding.
Well, you know, you gotta have goals. And I know you sort of push your goals a little bit, probably more than most people do as far as, you know, expectations of getting things done. But it's all good. You know, you're constantly working on it.
Well, No, May is coming up there, and so flying season is upon us, and this ain't flyable.
Yeah, I know, we should be flying any chance we can get. I wish Randy would get that engine, didn't he? Coming up the paper. No, not too bad, that's present.
I'm just knocking off the fuzz.
Mostly the fuselage got the fuzz
What?
on it. Mostly the fuselage, there's right along this edge and right around down here.
Needs more dope on it.
I knew it'd do that. I figured it'd do it worse than I'd, do that in a lot more areas.
There's no dope on this airplane, lots of thinner.
Lots of thinner, yeah, lots and lots of thinner. You can tell this, look at this. That shows you how much white is in that paint and how much clear, because it's just water.
I can look for next weekend to get the color on it.
Yeah. I would say. Well, you'll get a coat on it. You get a coat on it. But you'll sand them. You'll be sanding them now.
There's a lot to fix. But at least when you get some paint on it, you can see where to fix it.
We all know what's causing all that. That little hard edge there from that tape.
My tape from my finger not getting it smoothed in enough.
So I use that tool, and then
Yeah, I know you do.
I know. I saw you trying to use it there. You got frustrated and whipped out that finger. I went around and I threw all them little pieces of sandpaper away and laying all over the place. I'm really tickled. I think all in all, I think it's looking pretty good. Just you can't get away from it raising that fuzz.
guess, we'll get the Windex, wipe it down and get another coat on it.
Yeah, do this here.
Yeah.
Whole flat section in there. Pretty good up here.
Even if it comes out bad, it'll be better than it was.
And like you said, you're gonna be able to see some stuff now. See what we got here, anything? No. No chatters. 6 watching, no chatters.
How many lights? Okay.
I can't tell. I just hit the like button on that one.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get that in there. Maybe. So it gets one more coat of base. About all the dope I got left too. Like a cop.
It's amazing, isn't it? But that little bit of sanding, just to get those rust spots off there will make a big difference. I'm just looking at that dark spot, it looked like a dent.
No, it ain't. It's time for another piece of sandpaper. 8 and 2. Well, you guys have now seen in mostly real time what it takes me to finish an airplane. Start to finish. And the cloud here.
Alright. I've already wiped the whole thing down. It's nothing more than just a damp paper towel with some Windex on it, just damp, just to get the dust off of it where you sanded it. Take the airhead, probably spray it off a little bit.
Hey, these repair spots came out better than I thought.
Yeah, that came out pretty good. You spend enough time on it, you should have. Especially that thing's been worked on 15 times. It's hard to get that out of there. Once you crush that, it really deforms all that wood around it and everything. There's one little spot up there.
I feel it.
You can tell how much thin and how little white's in there. There's nothing that's settled to the bottom of this. Nothing.
Yeah, thinner.
Yeah, it's as clear as it is on the side when you pour it up on there.
When we're done with that, we'll be able to take a little thinner on a rag and wipe the jar out.
This stuff right here, it looks like 1% milk.
Oh. Okay.
1% milk.
Fire the heater up and we'll get it warm in here and I'll shoot the coat.
That's where it's heading.
Got noise coming, guys. Gotta get it warm.
No chat. really trying to cut back on labor too, as much as you can. Not a lot of cutting back on that. It's get the step to do something. That's saying something. Good to see what it looks like after this next step of that stuff. Give it a good sand and then shoot it good right on it. I think they're gonna be pretty nice. That's paint. You know what it's gonna be. You know exactly what it's gonna be. I'm screwed to the sandpaper through that white top down. Bet you never put the paint on this white on a tank,
What do you mean a tank?
on a motorcycle tank.
No, you put it on till the paint stand bends. Half a gallon of Mondo. This ain't bad Chad. Hey, you're not putting 4 gallons of high build primer. Primer and paint will make you the welder you ain't. There's a guy on YouTube here, look it up, Bad Chad, he builds cars. And he's all right the way, but he's a hammer mechanic. It's unreal.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
And he really puts the paint on. I said, well, do this nice a job and not use paint, because we're not using paint here. Remember what I keep preaching about? 50 million thick, that's what the chrome is.
Well, you gotta sort of look at what his MO is. You know, he's trying not to spend any more money than he can. And he's using coat hangers instead of welding rod and stuff like that, and
Well, that's fine.
which, you know, it works. It's okay, but I mean, he's not one of those guys that's just got an unlimited pocketbook and he's just blatantly spending money. I mean, he'll modify stuff like he's using some kind of stick-on chrome or something like that, you know, it's J.C. Whitney sort of stuff on one of his cars, which, you know, it came out, it looks all right, but
Pretty Mexican.
yeah, I mean, if you know what I mean by J.C. Whitney, if anybody's old enough to remember the catalogs that used to come out, you know, you could buy every single piece of part for your car that was all secondhand made and additional stuff, you know, grab handles and lights and deer whistles, and they had a fiberglass cheap body that you could buy in there, and
$21 for 2 lunches. Oh, was it $11? $11. Yeah, $11.
that's as cheap as you're gonna get.
Well, I'm ready to roll.
Taco Bell. Might take that air nozzle and blow that off once real quick. Where's the finger at? Laying here somewhere. There it is.
get away from the noise, guys. Okay, this finishes up my half quart of paint. Now, I'll just go ahead and spray all this on there.
Yeah.
Mostly thinner. place up now. It's really cold. So in a minute, okay. You guys look at this, see? That's how much dope is left in my half a quart of dope. I mean, I could have sprayed that on, but why? It already had even coats all over.
It doesn't need it.
Huh?
It's sand that's out and it's ready for white paint. This white paint that we're using from Wicks, Randolph white paint, covers really, really well. I mean,
2 ounces.
I can't say how well it covers. It's phenomenal difference between Brodak or Sig white, just like night and day.
This airplane looks white, but there's no white paint on it.
Just no white paint. That white paint a lot of thinner. Now there's a 3/4 of a quart of thinner on it. Yeah, it's really amazing since we started playing around with this stuff, you know, and just keep adding thinner and all this stuff, pushing everything way, way, way out to the limits. But it's working. The only difference is it's taking more sand.
Right.
That's the only difference.
And it's lighter.
It's a ton lighter. This you can see through that white, but it looks almost, it made them in here where I didn't touch them, it's opaque already. You spray one coat of white on that thing and it will be opaque, but you'll be able to still see through it. The light.
There's plenty of rain.
Oh yeah, but you set this down on the ground the way they're judged. It's got a dark background to it, so the light doesn't come through. Oh, and that sanding on that bare wood and everything underneath too makes a big difference. Only 42% humidity. Why? So, might have dry a little bit. And then I get some sand, I've got some 500. Try to use this on the whole thing.
I can still get a dusting of white on it. But even after the dusting of white, there's going to be spots of red.
Yeah, it's pretty much dry at the touch, but you can leave your fingerprint in it. It's not wet where it'll come off of your finger.
a bit. It's got some issues in some spots. What are you gonna do?
Not much you can do. Just keep working on it.
Paint job is never finished. It's only abandoned.
Yeah. That's a fact. I mean, you could keep going until you reach the car paint thickness. Then you've blown everything you've been trying to achieve.
Well, I'll get it better than this, so
Oh yeah, there's little wrinkles and little doodads in it. And hard edges and
this next, it gets 2 more coats. It's gonna get 1 light coat of white. It'll get sanded, 1 light coat of white, sanded really good. Then go around and touch up all the spots where we went through with the airbrush, and then 1 coat of white, and that's it. 1 dusting of white.
yeah, not much. It's amazing. I'm just amazed every time how well it turns out. And got some chatters, all right. Looking good. Got a nice base coat of white on there. Still paint left over in the quart jar. That's right. It's white tinted clear. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's no white paint on it yet. It's just tinted clear. We're gonna wait a few minutes till it tacks up. We're gonna sand it with 500 all over all the spots, and then a dusting of white.
And we could go lighter than that if you want to. Get downstairs and get something.
600,000. 600.
Really, there's not a lot that you're gonna do to it. I mean, you're just basically just getting the fuzz off of it or whatever else, little.
600 probably best. That way we could, 600 still cuts pretty well. But there's some spots that need to be cut, but
See, if you look here in this light, if you stand right here and look right in there, those are all them little overlaps.
Yep. But they'll be gone.
Yeah, oh yeah, they'll be gone.
They'll be buried in the top coat.
Yeah, never seen it. It's amazing just what that little tinting will do to that. If that hadn't have been painted before, it'd probably be a little bit whiter than what it is right now. Because you wouldn't have had that red and stuff, or orange that you were trying to cover.
Is this the second or third week that we're on?
Second. Okay. We covered it last weekend, didn't we?
Yeah, we covered it last weekend. We stripped it the week before. So this is going into its 3rd week.
I don't look. It's great. No issues with any of the silk span. It's actually pretty
Flat.
pretty filled, yeah.
Got the cap strips good, sanded the trailing edge good.
This sanding will have to touch these again. So you still, at this point, if anybody's doing this, you gotta be very careful of the cap strips or any hard edges on these open bays. You probably already know that, but just another word of warning, there's no depth on this thing. You have no extra sanding, one little swipe here or there too many and you're through it. So it's gonna be just very lightly wipe that. You can just sort of feel a little grainy effect, you know, like dust on there.
They're not bad.
So all we're gonna do is just swipe that just enough to take that little gritty feeling off of it. It won't be until he gets his full coat of white that he'll be able to really start sanding on it.
That'll start tonight.
Yeah, I know, you will too. It'll be greener and green can be, and you'll be in there torturing the paint job. It's what you call pushing the limits.
You could rub this out right now.
Yeah, you could. You know, there's something that a lot of people don't realize, that, you know, that colored paint will come up to a gloss just damn near as much as anything. And it's every bit as fuel proof or resistant as the clear is.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing the clear does is when you put it on your color paint is it adds depth. It makes it look thicker. So all you painters out there probably already know that, but some guys don't. But you can buff it up to a really nice shine with zero clear on it. You just have to make sure you don't burn the color.
Trust me, if I wanted to, I could polish this up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And it'd be shiny. It's already shiny, but I mean, I have to wait a day or two before I started sanding on it.
I don't know how anybody thinks about this stuff, but I mean, it's pretty white already. You can still see the grains of it, but it's white. It's amazing. It's just amazing. Painting without paint. Anybody else trying this at home?
Jim Lynch.
I'm sure he'll come on here. He'll let everybody know how it works.
Saves a lot of weight.
And this is how you get a 6-ounce finish. And still be able to put clear on the top. I mean, you still got
3 more coats.
yeah, color 2.
4 more coats. 2
4
colors.
coats, two colors and 3 clears. Well, the 2 colors sort of include all the trim and everything else in it, but that's all airbrushed on, doesn't weigh anything.
Always something.
It's this right here that'll make you pay.
Yeah.
This and your top clear coats.
Well, this, I would say, I mean, that's an inch in the bottom.
Yeah,
So we only started out here, well, here,
yeah.
with clear, and then filled it up, and then refilled it with thinner. So it's gotta be 80% thinner.
It's 80% thinner that's in there, and there's only, well, do the math.
There's five of these little scoopers of white paint in the clear.
In a whole quart of thin clear.
Yeah.
pretty much.
In a half a quart of clear, thin to a quart, there's 5 of these scoopers.
Yeah.
And that's what you get so far. I mean, so five, 1. That's about an ounce, isn't it, or 3/4?
Yeah, it's a teaspoon, tablespoon. It might be an ounce. I doubt it. It's not marked.
Made in Canada, so Canadians don't know how to.
So it's metric. So it's,
Yeah, 5
it's
tablespoons.
it's no more. I bet you if I took a regular teaspoon.
And this ain't an ounce because the shot glass is an ounce.
Right, that's not an ounce. That's
Half ounce.
half ounce probably.
Cut me off a piece of that.
Cut me off a piece of that shit over.
Anybody saying anything?
4 thumbs up, 14 watching. Come on, everybody, thumbs up. Press that thumbs up button.
It really helps the channel metrics. The super chats help, the thumbs up help, the shares, the comments after the video. These comments you guys make on live chat don't really help the metrics. And that's what gets the video pushed out to other viewers is, participation, engagement. Irritating the paint.
You got it.
Ain't got all day for it to dry.
And it is irritating it.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
Balling up.
Yeah. Go to another spot.
Still too green.
I can hardly wait to get it back together and put it on the scale. I would say it's probably 53 or 54. No.
Yeah, probably.
But tomorrow could be lighter. Cause there's a lot of thinner in there.
Yeah, it's just got gas on.
You guys been watching me sand now for 2 weeks. There's gonna be another 2 weeks of sanding.
Yeah. Pretty thin.
There's no solid in this.
No, there's no solid.
I have to pull it down and get this flat back on. Do the other one. Of course, it makes me bend over.
No, it's a natural.
Paint the inside of these. Just can't win.
Like you'd bend over to pick that up.
Huh?
Just like you'd bend over and pick that up. Wouldn't be so bad if we weren't fat.
Yeah. paper. Yeah, cut me one too. Laying right here. Your drink. Come on. Okay. Let's see here. Nope, nobody said nothing. You know, there's 15 guys watching and I only have 6 thumbs up. Why is that? Hit the thumbs up button. About ready for a photo white, isn't it?
Yeah. Takes much more. I haven't done anything on the stab and elevators or the wings at all. I got this one more back end of the fuselage to do on the other side.
Back this way. That's what I'm off there. To get some white paint on it, I'll be able to see where I'm at.
Not that there's anything to remove, but we're really not taking anything out of it. Kind of flip it up real quick. Let me get this.
Wow, one guy hit the like button.
Thank you, one guy. Really good thing.
Good these on the bottom, I don't want to overflow. So it takes two. Trying to figure out how much paint to make up.
You're gonna have to mix up that much
For two coats.
and,
For two coats.
yeah.
So we'll just go about that much in the bottom of it.
Yeah.
I've already done the casters, don't do them.
Okay, I'm not gonna touch them wings unless you tell me what's going on with them. I'll get there.
Well, that turned out pretty good. So the plan is, I'm gonna shoot one coat of white paint on this today. We'll drag it back to the apartment. I'll fix all the buggers that I'll be able to see, because it'll be rather obvious with white on it. Next week, you know, I could backmask it too, if the buggers aren't in, you know.
Aren't in the clear area?
Yeah, the white area.
Yeah. I think you're gonna end up having them pretty much all over it. Just the nature of the beast. All we're doing is taking the grit off of it. Run your hand around it, you find a rough spot.
Dang it.
Still not good. Have you done all the wings?
Yep, those cap strips.
Just the cap strip?
Yep. I'll do the flaps. Well, you know what? I ain't doing it. That piece is kind of wiped out anyway. Is this 500 we're standing with?
Yeah.
I get a coat of white paint on it, that'll be everything I want to get done today.
Yeah. That damn humidity level might make me be up until 11 o'clock at night.
Turn that torpedo on and get it about 150 in here.
Yeah, but the problem is I've been up since 2 o'clock.
Yeah, me too.
You've been on that?
Yep. Got a spot. Go in there, take you a little nap, get up about 9 o'clock tonight. Come out here when Barb's sleeping. Fire that torpedo up, get up to 150 degrees and start shooting clear.
Yeah, have that air compressor kick off and wake her up.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'll just wait. Hopefully it's supposed to be nice tomorrow. No rain or anything.
Are you still on? You haven't inked that airplane yet, have you?
No, I gotta get a coat of clear on it. So I got a real light coat of clear on it right now, but it's not enough. I've sanded it. And so it's not enough to really ink on. If I gotta fix a repair an ink line or something, I'll be sort of screwed.
Another 4 tips down here, or just one?
Just one. Yeah, I just take that green colored stuff and poke it through them holes. It should be big enough for them. Oh, you're just clamping on. I said I only got one. Those 440s are.
Yeah.
I just take it and stick it through there like that and paint them like that.
Okay, I need 2 more. I'll go ahead and do that with this. That was that insulation on it. 8 and 16, okay. Nice to have a second PC of sandpaper with someone who knows what to do. Right on, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is nice to have a second person with sandpaper that knows what to do with it. Makes it go a little faster.
I don't know what it is, got my nose running. Here's an opener right here.
I need one of them cup dippers too.
Go back there.
Okay.
Gotta get some more in there. Gotta be unwaxed.
Okay, I'm mixing up enough for 2 coats, but if I don't need it all, I won't use it all. I mixed up more than I needed.
Alright,
Huh?
alright.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll get used up. What about I put more thinner in it? Just about here.
Is it 50-50 right now?
Yeah, about there.
Heavy
Yeah, it's a
on
heavy
the paint, on the paint?
Yep. Yeah, we'll just fill it all the way up. Just not use it.
It's amazing how much thinner you can put in the stuff and still have good paint. I mean, just in clear alone, when it comes out of a bottle like honey.
I only used about this much out of the can.
Yeah, you can barely notice it.
Yeah. A gallon of white paint should paint about 6 airplanes. Did you say?
Yeah.
So I've mixed more than I need here because it takes about that much per coat. So we're only going to go down to about there. We got a ballpoint or a pen. We'll write on top here what this is. We're bad about that. Here we go.
That's a fact.
What's the date today? 50. 50.
April 9th.
A, P, R. I gotta go to the bathroom before I do this. Stubborn very good. What's the deal here? No, still has some of that clear in there.
Yeah. Sometimes that trigger, if you don't pull it back real hard, it'll sort of stick a little bit on you.
There we go. She's coming out now. Yeah, you can tell the difference. This has got some solids in it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, you got enough of the top. we'd use 2 ounces out of that.
Yeah, we're through it, yeah.
Yeah. I'm on my second cup, so I'm halfway through. Oh man. Killer.
I got the doors cracked behind.
Yeah. What do you do? Right. It wouldn't need another coat if it didn't have any buggers on it. So it might only get a coat in the bugger spot.
Yeah, what you gonna do?
driver's spot, then he's coming back. But, get it. This line keeps coming back, I'm gonna hit them with DT 540. Not too late. Get it out. I got two and about that much cut out of it. Not much. Ain't much paint on it. Yeah, that's great for a bit here. Black shit coming from. Where'd that black shit come from on the gun?
Maybe from the trigger or something. It needs to be taken apart.
Well, it's not perfect, but we'll give it a sand down, fix all the buggers, and give one more coat of white, and then I can go on to the trim next week.
her ears rest, all that blasting that heater.
Yep. So the work begins.
Yeah.
Sort of like as the world turns.
It's just about dry to the touch.
It's 3:30. Well, I'll make it my normal time.
That wasn't too bad, really. All in all.
Fifteen people. I wonder how many thumbs up.
You have to look at the phone and see how many thumbs up. Man, they're making shit cheaper and cheaper. It's like not even as thick as a piece of paper.
Yeah, I figured out how to cheapen everything up. Like them water bottles, they're so squishy you can't hardly grab one of them to take a drink of water without squirting a bunch of.
Does this go in the recycle bin?
Yes.
Same with this?
Yes.
Oops, you're supposed to rid some things out. Take the lids off on everything.
And do their work for them.
And they're making money off of you, plus charging you for your trash pickup. Not too hateful at this stage. Just gonna take a rod of sand and
Yeah. Not a wet sand.
yeah, now's the time.
I'll be doing that tonight. I'll start.
It's not really wet, but it's sort of a little sticky yet.
In here, we'll get it off the paint stand. Start putting the wheels and stuff on it. They need to be sanded and gone over again. I'm gonna hit the cowl with the DC 540. And I'll hit that spot that keeps coming back up underneath the line.
Mm-hmm.
And probably the nose. I mean, there's gonna be some spots, but I can do that at home, no problem. Sneak it out the door and then bring it back in.
Yeah, they don't want you working on your car or anything over there, do they?
No.
Don't allow none of that. Well, you can't hardly blame them, because if they let you get away with it, before you know it, there'll be people over there with 3 broke down cars sitting around.
There's already wrecks over there.
Cars up on blocks and.
It'll look like Tobacco Road.
Yeah.
Okay, where's the ball driver? Where'd it go?
I think I got it in my pocket. I think that's the little one, isn't it?
No. Don't have any orange peel.
No, no orange peel. You shouldn't have any of that with all that thinner in it.
See if that gun's cleaned out good enough.
I'm gonna take it apart. I'm curious about that black stuff. You said it got black stuff coming out of it.
Yeah. Black stuff all over my hands. How much did I use out of it? Not much.
This is the tendon
Oh.
clear, I think, isn't it?
No. That's 50/50, April 9th.
Okay, how come it's so full?
I filled it all the way up.
Oh,
I used that much.
okay. This is
The junk,
This is the junk white that we sort of touched it with.
where's the square door for the weight box? It was hanging up here. I seen you with your hand on
I
it.
know, I hung it up. Where'd it go? It fall on the floor or something?
No, it's,
Not over there?
no.
No, I just took them things off of that, that's what I did.
It was hanging right here.
Huh.
You gotta find it. You gotta be here. It'll be back there. I just saw you with your hands on it. It didn't open the door and put itself
No,
away.
I know it didn't, but I don't remember even having my hand on it.
Another thing for me now.
I don't see how I could have got in there. It was hanging right here.
Big bit.
But I'm there.
No, I'm talking about the hand.
Not in my pockets.
Nothing up my sleeve.
It was hanging right here on the wire.
I hung them wires up there.
Here it is.
Ah, hanging over there. Knew it had to be here.
Yeah, it didn't throw itself out, I'll guarantee you that.
It's acting like an X-Acto knife in the
You know, I got about 15 X-Acto knives and I can't find the one.
Sometimes I think they glue themselves up underneath the drawers, so. They walk off and hide, little gremlin comes around and picks it up, runs off, hides it.
I don't dare put this in, it's too tight.
Like your phone the other day.
Look how wet this is still.
That'll stick in there, sure.
Oh, yeah. The gear doors aren't too bad.
No need in screwing anything down tight or anything like that. That'd be a big mistake. I've done my fair share of gluing that stuff together after it was all done and dry and everything. I thought it was dry enough, you know, it'd been sitting for a couple weeks.
I was at SIG one year with my Thunderbolt, my first Thunderbolt. And the landing gear somehow broke or whatever. I glued it in. Right at the field, 5 minute pocket.
Yeah. Well, once they're set up and they roll pretty good and all that stuff, you're not flying on a lot of grass. And of course, they were all grass circles out there, weren't they?
Yeah. These basically are for painting purposes. I mean, because once they're on there, I never take them off.
No, not unless you have a problem.
Make a new landing gear or something.
Once you get them tweaked in and everything, you know, it takes a pretty hard landing really to mess them up. I can remember I had that Midwest P-51 Mustang and I had landing gear in the wing.
70 ounces?
No, it was really light. Yeah, 48-inch wingspan.
Oh, I was thinking of a SIG P-51.
It didn't have any more paint on it than that airplane right there's got on it, maybe less. You can see the brush strokes in it and see between the brush strokes, see the bare wood between the brush strokes because it was all thinner. Looked like it was whitewashed. Dad says, that's enough paint. Put them stickers on there and let's go fly it. It had no shine, it had no clear on it, had no nothing on it. It just brushed on paint. And I had a hard landing on it on a second or third flight. And it punched one of the landing gear up through the top of the wing. Man, I was pissed. So I started reinforcing those landing gear when I used wing mounted landing gear and I went too far.
Like Bill Reynolds with 6 ounces of hardware? Or what? He had what? 12 ounces of hardware or something ridiculous.
24 ounces of hardware. All that lead and them screws and all that shit must have been 100, 440 and 256 screws. And in the blindness to go along with all of them. And lead everywhere. Chunks of lead. See, he's one of the belief that weight doesn't make any difference.
Yeah.
Well, he's building a United right now for Scott. And I'm sure it's gonna come out at 57, 58 ounces, maybe 60 ounces. And all those old designs, you know as well as I do, that they fly better if they're built light because they don't have a wing on them. Got thin airfoil. 35 size airplane's got a Super Tiger 40, well, he did his electric, that's right.
Well, that's a Bob Lampione design.
Yeah, well, I don't know what his airplanes weighed when they were up flying, but they weren't
Heavy.
heavy.
No, they were heavy.
Were they heavy?
Bob Lampione, he was a painter. He liked to lay on the paint can. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're shooting the shit.
Yep, watching paint dry, as they say, literally.
Yeah. Can't take it off the stand until it dries up just a little, about 15 minutes more.
It's I think it's coming along pretty nice.
Yeah, considering where it was.
It won't look nice tomorrow.
No. It won't look nice tonight.
No, that's the sort of the dig about all this finishing stuff. You go through all that work and you put all that stuff on there and then you turn around, sand every bit of it off. Or a good portion of it anyway.
But at least there's some paint on there now that I can sand off. Before it was,
Yeah, if you even touched it, you was gonna go through the tissue paper and stuff.
Yeah.
And burn it, like burning your clear coat, sanding through it and hitting the paint and sanding through
I
the
just
paint.
hope it's under 54 ounces right now. If it is, I'm in there.
What was it, 51 when you came here?
51
51 and a half or
and a
something?
quarter.
Yeah, it's probably under 54. I had 2 ounces to it. Not a lot of thinner. I mean, you shot a lot of dough, but you shot a lot of thinner. I mean, that tinted clear was 70% thinner, better.
And I didn't use it all.
And then this stuff, you thinned it at least 50%.
Yeah, about 60%.
So, but what amazes me, is you think that would gas off over a couple days and you'd lose another half an ounce or whatever. It won't gas off a half an ounce. It's already gassed off
Yeah,
your half an ounce.
yeah, they're thinner.
It's gone in the overspray and it's gone and, within, during the dry cycle, and it's only that little teeny bit that's left in whatever you got on the surface, which really isn't much thinner in there at that point in time, because it's all come to surface and gone and just left the paint behind. So by right now, it's as light as it's gonna get.
Might go a quarter ounce more in a week.
And maybe, only because you put 3 coats of paint on it and then it's screened,
Yeah.
down deep.
Yeah, I really, you guys need to heed this. I really rushed it. You're
Yeah,
not supposed to put 3 coats on in a day. 2 at most. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon.
yeah.
But
You'll find it covers better,
yeah,
everything. It just,
but because of my situation, I don't have the luxury of doing that. So I try to get as much done as I can and then fix it on the back end.
gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm here, so I wouldn't put on 3 coats in a day. 2 at the most, like you say, 1 in the morning, 1 in the late afternoon.
And you don't have the tendency to work as long as I do either.
No, I work for 6 hours or so, maybe 5 hours, and then I'm done.
See, I don't have a life. There's nothing for me to do in that apartment but work on airplanes, so
And you're living in your hobby shop.
yeah, so I don't, you're my only friend in Dayton. I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
I don't talk to anybody. I watch YouTube and sand on airplanes.
That's something to do as long as you don't burn yourself out on it.
Go to work. come home, go to sleep. These Mevos set me back, a couple $1,000, so I'm working on paying that off now. I got it, I could pay it all off, but then I'd be broke, and I don't wanna do that.
Yeah, that's never good. Gotta always have a cushion.
I got about a $3,000 cushion right now, and
Well, that's not enough for much of anything, really.
no. I need a $10,000 cushion.
Yeah, at least.
Well, the website set me back, I had to pay that hosting fees.
All the shit at the beginning of the year.
Oh, yeah. My property tax,
Yeah, we got property tax on 2 places.
that set me back, those two things set me back $3,500. So,
Our homeowner's insurance went up. I think she said it was $35 or $50 a month. I can't remember what she told me. Everything, now it's our $75 a week grocery bills now
150.
at least 150, if not $175 a week, and it's fill up the gas tank on the car, instead of $30, it's 55.
Yeah. I take out $50 bills out of the ATM, and I allot myself. I used to carry around 100, and then I could spread it out. You see, I get the lady today a $50 bill. Well, if I take 50, I'll spend 50.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you
And
gotta watch it.
And it's $50 every time you go outside the door.
See, I get 20s. When I get my net run around money, I get 20s.
Yeah.
So I never break more than a 20. Because I know I'm just like you. If I break a 50, it's gone. So I try my hardest, 20s and pay for everything with change and take change out of my pocket and pay the pennies and everything, just so it's
No, I didn't give the
requisite.
Taco Bell lady a 50. I gave her a 20 because I went to Quick Trip today. I got them sodas and a cookie,
Oh, yeah.
and that was $10, so that I had 220.
Yeah, there you go.
So-
Now it's adding up.
So, I mean, it's $10 bill is like a $1 bill, and a 50 is like a $5 bill,
Yeah, it's amazing.
and 100 is like a $10 bill.
You can remember it, when it went from $1 things, and all of a sudden it was $5.
Well, you remember Woolworths used to be 5 and dime. Now it's $5, $10.
Yeah, the Dollar General store is the $10 general store now.
It's a joke.
And, we watched it, we've been through a lot in our age, we're not really super old. I mean, 65 years old, that's not old, but it's getting up there. We've experienced an awful lot. We watched the men walk on the moon.
No bullshit. He didn't walk on the moon.
Vietnam War cut the end of that, all the other skirmishes in between there that everybody had, and it's, you've watched medicine and everything improve. You watched, cable TV from everybody had a black and white TV to, a color TV was standard, but it was a big piece of furniture that was in your house, And
a big box, and the screen was that big, and it was green. We had the only TV on the street.
Party lines,
Yeah.
the ladies would listen in on everybody's conversations.
Yeah. Oh, man.
We didn't have remember the old telephones that were Bakelite that weighed about 50 pounds?
You hit somebody with that,
You could kill them.
That's when you could slam the phone down with authority.
You get satisfaction out of it. You can't do that pressing the button on
Yeah,
the button. Yeah, they slam that phone out all the
And then it goes ring.
We had remember wall mounted phones, we get the extra long cords for those things, they'd be draped around hanging on the floor and so you could walk in another room.
Yeah. Yep.
There were no remotes, so you had to get up to turn
I
the
was the
fan
remote.
on and, yeah. The kids were the remote, get up there and change that channel, move them rabbit ears. And you put aluminum foil on them rabbit ears and stuff, trying to get pictures in.
I remember when computers first came out, what a waste of time they were. They go chinka, 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 chink.
Oh, God, yeah, I had DOS and.
Yeah. Terrible. That's only been 25 years ago.
Yeah, our first computer was a DOS computer. I couldn't operate it. Barb worked on them at work, so she had some general knowledge about how to, but she come home and was sort of lost a little bit because there wasn't a program in there. I sit there and we do.
Welcome. AOL.
We used to play Pong, remember Pong?
Oh, yeah.
Ping, 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 ping.
Space Invaders.
Yeah. Pinball machines.
Yeah.
I had a pinball machine. There was a row of 4 of them up at the ice cream store where they had this back room where all those kids would hang out in the evening. And I had this one pinball machine that I had down to fine science, and I racked that up to the total amount of free games that it would give out. And I kept it there for like a week.
It's probably good enough to get off the stand now.
And we hold it without putting fingerprints in it.
Yeah, if you hold it by the wing. You can get the motor mounted up. See how much the puppy weighs. Where's the, right there. Turn this around so they can see us screwing up.
Take them big screws out first. Otherwise you can't get it off the stand then.
I assume that's correct.
Yeah, and then stick that back in the anti-rotation hole.
Come on. Does it feel light still?
Don't feel much different when you came here.
Because that's the important part. How much does it weigh? You guys put your guess in the chat box. How much does it weigh? Because we'll weigh it before I go home. Our 2 scales are pretty close to each other. I've been asked a million times, why do you put the motor in and out? So I know what it weighs. Because when it gets to a certain weight, I will quit painting. Won't I?
Yeah. I've seen it before.
If I choose 55, and we'll know here if I can make 55. If it's 53 here, I can make 55. Come on. I don't want to go in there. There we go. Remind me the next paint go around to get the edges on this good.
Mhm.
I think I'll do a better tape job inside. I mean, this is just like body work. It's repainting a crashed car.
Yeah. Hey there, girlie.
Still a little wet up here. We'll grab your scale and get it weighed up. That's the most important thing. How much a puppy weigh? Yep, the fun begins now.
Sanding?
Sanding and sanding and more sanding and sanding. When it comes over next time, it'll look like crap.
Mhm.
But end result should be better than it was new. As long as it as light as it was new. That's the most important thing. Gotta take this because I might could airbrush some. Okay, we got any guesses on the weight? This thing's already got some slobber on it or something. Any guesses on the weight? There we are. Yeah. It feels good still.
Yes.
Damn. .15, so 32.48. That's right. 3.4. Let's do grams. 1489.
Yeah. Andrew's junior prom tonight. How can that be? Yeah.
Clear.
From that to junior prom.
1489. Divided by 28.33. 52.5 ounces. $52.5. That's pretty good.
5 ounces lighter than than when it was finished before.
Yeah.
Changing those strut covers helped a bunch.
Yep.
A bunch. Who would have thought? I would have never thought 1.5 ounces for those things. I'd never thought that much. 3/4 of an ounce maybe, but not 1.5 ounces.
52.5 ounces. So let's figure what it's going to weigh. 52. Sand it. One more coat of white is 53. Trim is 54.
2 coats of clear, 56.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder.
Unless I skimp it.
Maybe.
I'd like to hit 55. Yeah, I'd like to hit 55. And it's pretty white, guys. It's I bet if we took it out there in the natural sun and set it down, it'd be good enough.
Probably, but not. You still got some pink shining through.
Yeah, but in the sunlight, I don't think you'd see it.
Maybe not. Most of that's on the bottom, but
You know, if you put some trim on it in some spots, it would disappear.
when it was on the paint stand, if you had it up there angled at a certain way,
Yeah,
like with the top one, the wings going vertical and the top wing sort of this way, you could see the light through the wing,
yeah, supposed to.
you know, so, I mean, it showed it right on, you could see it in the video. I mean, that's what we're shooting for. There still isn't any paint on it. I mean, you left off probably a coat of tinted clear.
Well, there's that much tinted clear left. So it's not a coat, a full coat.
And you by all means didn't put a really heavy coat of white on there.
No.
I mean, when you sprayed it, you dusted it for sure, because that's no more than what's out of that jar.
That jar there. I'm gonna take that with me
It is, and you got it.
in case I can airbrush. You know, the absolute lightest way to fix this, or to finish this, would be to fix those spots, airbrush those spots, leave them alone, put the trim on it, and put the clear on it.
Yeah, but I don't know.
So 52 and a half, and it came over here at 1 1/4, so we only added 1.25 ounces. That ain't bad.
For 3 coats of
Yeah.
paint?
Yeah. 3 coats of thinner.
Yeah, that shows you how much actual paint was in it. The biggest problem with that airplane was the fact that it was stripped. And that orange color sort of impregnated the stuff. If that was a fresh built airplane with its first finish job on it, it would be good enough right now to go into trim colors.
I tried to sand all that shit off.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna do it, because it's just gonna soak down into it.
But the finish on this now is better than it was when it was new.
Did you replace a bunch of cap strips on that?
3. I broke them.
Yeah, if I remember right, I was watching you put them on over at the house in the video,
Yeah.
and I thought I said something to myself about, I don't think he glued that one.
Well, they're glued.
But then I forgot about it, you know. I should have texted you or sent you a message on the video.
They're glued. I made sure that they were glued.
Well, now they are.
I tack them on the end and then turn it over and glue it from the other side. Let the glue wick down in there.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I mean, it ain't perfect, but for a refinish job, it ain't bad. Come summertime, it'll be good.
Saved you 6 weeks worth of work.
Yeah, and wood that I can't get.
Yeah. 6 weeks worth of work.
It's gonna be a while before I get good wood as good as what's in this.
I'm gonna look, when we go over there to the factory at Great Axe, if you haven't already done it by then, since you're gonna be there all week and I'm not coming until Thursday. I have to look through that factory. Find their silk span.
Okay.
If we can, if I remember right, we asked them ladies once before about that. And they said something, and I can't remember what it was about.
It's really not that bad, but $40 for like 4 packs of that stuff, $10 a pack. Most of it was in shipping, you know, $13 to ship 4 packages. It was 26 something plus $13.95 shipping, $40 for. But that's still not as bad as the $15 a sheet I paid for that other stuff.
So you paid about $3 a sheet. That's pretty outrageous, really, considering that you used to get them for
Quarter.
25 cents a sheet.
Yeah, quarter a sheet. Well, guys, you wasted another day with us. Total of 5 hours. Really appreciate you watching. Fair winds, tight lines.
Like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah, let's go, Brandon. I'll see you in a little bit. We'll start sanding. See ya.